Hi guys, hope you're well. Welcome to DOdaily Wednesday workout. Who's up for some midweek motivation? Des here, of course. Just starting my workout. I'm off in search of bridges. I set the challenge last night for the Do Running community to go out and find as many inanimate objects and places as they could. There was a list of them. I'll explain those in a minute. But what the point is to use previous challenges, the things we've done, to revisit certain things. The list consists of pubs, animals, buses, bridges, and post boxes was the other one. Just quirky little things, things we can use as little landmarks to go and take a picture. We can create a route, or we can just go out and explore like I'm doing today. Not sure where I'm going, but planning on doing a pretty big one. So been lacking a bit recently. Last few days, told you I felt a bit but really up for it today. Really want to get a few miles in. Was planning to run, but time got the better of me. A couple of positive conversations about Do Running and the future. So really pleased with those. So I'm looking to get some miles in. Really want to sort of get one in today. I've not been out for a good one for well over a week now. So if I can walk and do the video, get these bridges in, get plenty of pictures, try and inspire other guys to do the same, then that's exactly what I'm looking forward to, really getting out there. The challenge today really is basically to just focus on the next thing in front of us. I've been speaking a lot in the last few days about if we really want to enjoy ourselves, sometimes we've just got to look at the next thing we're doing. When things are great, we might look much further down the line, we might look to the future and what everything holds whilst things are a bit uncertain. Sometimes it's just a case of drawing it in a little bit, looking at what we've got to do, perhaps on a weekly or on a daily, or even the next thing. And that's kind of why I tied that challenge in with what we're doing today. Been speaking a lot about that, and I thought it's just a nice way of connecting it to some of the conversation on DOdaily, some of the things I'm saying, some of the things I'm trying to focus on myself. Everything I say here is just me. It's me trying to put into practice the things I'm thinking, the things the places I'm trying to get to, the point I'm trying to reach. It's I don't know the answers. I don't know the answer to everything. I'm no expert, as I keep saying, but I've got to believe that if I make some positive changes, there'll be some positive outcomes, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do. So that's kind of the reasoning behind the challenge. I thought that was quite important to explain. Sometimes people may ask what DOdaily's all about, and it's just about passing on those little bits of advice, tips, things I do, things I don't always plan to do, just things that tend to work or things that don't work. People might find different results from them, but it's about giving it a try. And that's what I say every day about listen to things, take things on board. Whilst you don't have to hang on to every word that's being said, particularly here, but from anyone, I listen to lots of various people now, and there's regular people I tune into as well, daily or weekly or whatever. I don't believe in everything they say, but what I do believe in is you will always find something. Everybody's got something to say, everybody's got tips and advice, and everybody gets it right, everybody gets it wrong. So I think that's really important. Anyway, I'm at my first bridge, so I'm just going to take a quick pause. I'll just show you there. Just going to take a quick pause, take a picture, and I'll be right back with you shortly. Back again. Managed to get 2 in there actually in quick succession. It's quite pleasing. Slightly competitive, the challenge. We're looking to see who gets the most. Of course, the things I just mentioned there's plenty of. cracking effort this morning by one of the ladies. She went out and found 18 pubs, which is pretty epic on first thing in the morning. And Kay herself went out with another lady, and they was chasing buses around the city centre. So it's really quirky and interesting, but everybody's having a bit of fun as well as doing that all important daily activity. And that's what it's really about. It's just about staying active, getting out there, taking a bit of the focus away from the actual exercise. You know, it's sometimes not that easy. You know, I've already mentioned I'm really struggling just to get to where I want to be in terms of motivation, the right motivation and the right amount of activity this week. So if we can just use it for the reasons I pass it on to you guys, it's important for me to do the same. You know, just to take that little bit of focus off the actual activity, but still get the benefits, still sort of retain some focus and retain some effort in trying to do what I know works so well. And I think that's the most important thing about this challenge in particular. Not this challenge, but about myself this week and the challenge is I know what works for me. It's exercise, it's activity, it's getting out and about. So whilst I'm not feeling 100%, I know if I just get out the door and do it, then I would definitely reap some of the benefits and feel better. And whilst that's wearing off a little bit, Monday, Tuesday, got out in the afternoon, felt great in the evening, managed to sleep, probably woke up not feeling great in all honesty, but by knowing I'm going out soon, it's kind of kept me ticking over. And sometimes, I don't want to say it's a case of survival, but that's kind of how it feels. I mentioned lots, we've got things to sort out, things we can't click our fingers and change. So it's about getting through this next period and doing what we have to do. And like I say, it's kind of why I've related this challenge in. Anyway, last night, Tuesday training, the solidarity session, another great effort. You know, lots of the guys are doing that on a regular basis. Really enjoy that. Love posting up on a Wednesday morning in the closed Facebook group, all the activities, you know, creating the story on the Instagram page. It's really good to see, and I know people are really using it and really sort of using it to create that structure we're trying to create here. You know, the 7-day plan is what we work to. So Tuesdays, Wednesdays really gets us into our activity, gets us going. If you've not managed to get out on a Monday, if you don't get out on a Monday, of course, I'm here to try and encourage and motivate that. But it's this plan we're working to, where it's 7 days, get involved as much or as little as you want. You know, do these quirky challenges, ask questions, listen to advice, you know, watch what activity is being done, just whatever you need to take. Seriously, the plan has got a real purpose to it, and people are really starting to use it. And whilst I'd love everybody to use it every day, I really would, I know there's some that really take more from one day than another, and that's fantastic as well, because that like I say, whilst I'd like everybody to use it every day, it's giving each day its own purpose, and it's showing that it's working in different ways for different people, and that's absolutely fantastic. And those people starting to buy into it, buy into the other things, and that's what's really important for us. You know, all we want to be here is this safe space where you can get out and do different things. I never thought I'd be chasing bridges around a couple of years ago, but here I am today, eyes peeled as I'm doing the video, looking for that next one, just to add to the tally. Ultimately, I'm not going to win anything for it or get anything in terms of any materialistic things from it, but I get so much more from it just by being a part of something. Do you know, if I didn't do it, I feel awful, feel like I'm missing something, and that's not a great feeling to have either. I've spent enough time injured and ill in the last year or so it's important for me to keep doing these things and keep sort of working hard at what we do. Whilst not everybody's gonna think it's a great idea or get involved, then that's up to them. They'll find their own ways of sorting themselves out. What we're trying to do here is encourage those who want to make some positive changes, want to get active, want to be part of this community. And that's all I can do, is just to keep trying to build the community, keep trying to get people involved. I work with the guys at Get Out, Get Active Nottingham, their Stay Safe, Stay Active campaign during lockdown. And I mentioned yesterday, we probably thought it'd be over by now, in all honesty, but it's going on a bit longer than we all thought. And I also mentioned yesterday, I get the sense that people are starting to give up a little bit again, and that's really not what anybody needs right now, and if anybody does take anything from today, just stay in there. Honestly, stay in there. As soon as you start giving up, I say one positive action leads to another. I think sometimes one negative action leads to another. The lack of activity for me personally, lack of activity might make me choose to eat the wrong things. I might sleep wrong, it leads to bad decisions. You might say the wrong thing to the wrong person, so it's just about doing what you can. I've told you already twice, 3 times this week, not really feeling it, but I know by getting out there, by doing something positive, by wanting to be positive, it's important for me to structure my day, for me to tackle what's coming up, what's ahead. It is concerning, but it's not insurmountable. It's definitely something we can deal with, and we will cope, because that's the way we are. We just want to help others do the same. I do in particular. I want people to get from all this what I get from it. Whilst not everybody will understand that, if you really love and enjoy something and you're passionate about it, it's really important to do what you have to do. I was just having a conversation back there with Kay before I came out about sort of my personal development and which ways I'm going to approach it. I was talking about some sort of not tough changes, but changing my approach slightly. I know that'll become clear, but things I've been uncomfortable with, ways I've been uncomfortable in coming across. Perhaps I need to look at that, to encourage more people to get involved. And my reason for saying this really is because it is uncomfortable. It's difficult sometimes to accept that you need to change. I've done it in such a fashion that I'm trying to be honest and relatable, and that's not going to change, but it's just about looking at different ways all the time, evaluating, using getting out for a walk or getting out for a run to think, to reevaluate. It's so much more than exercise. I was talking to a lady last week about Weight Watchers, and we was both saying if you really want to do anything, you'll knuckle down and do it. And it doesn't matter whether it's Weight Watchers or going to a running club or not drinking or whatever else it might be. If you've got to really believe it. But the one thing I find from activity, and she totally agreed with me, she's been successful at Weight Watchers, but the one thing with running or activity is you don't get all this sort of amazing outdoors, which by doing so gives you time. Whilst you're stuck in an office or in a room doing something else, you probably haven't got time to think. You've got distraction. When you get out and do this, you've got time to think about the next step, where you're going to go, what you're going to do. Really think it through rather than rushed decisions. And like I touched on, sometimes we back ourselves into a corner and make decisions because we made bad decisions before that. So it's just about really thinking it through, really having time to do some of the things. I always say I listen to other things. I listen to YouTube channels. I listen to podcasts. It's just me making the most of my time, doing 3 or 4 things at once when it really feels like I'm just going out with one purpose. But like I say today, getting a walk in, taking part in a challenge, listen to a podcast already, going to be watching a video as well whilst I'm out and about. I think I might even sneak off for a coffee just to reward myself slightly. So all those things just add up, you know, and things that we put too much pressure on can seem very easy. Then we've ticked 5 boxes with one thing, and that makes it enjoyable, that makes it worthwhile. And then I also get a chance to look back at the stats and how far I've walked and feel great about that. Do you know, it's just about doing what we need to do to get through the day, and I think that's the point I'm trying to get across today. Just focus on that next activity, but use what you can during it to start thinking about the bigger picture, you know, not too far ahead, but the bigger picture, the next step, and how we can make it better for ourselves, because we all can. No matter how much we think we've cracked it, there's always a better way to do things. For example, I've not been drinking, as you all know if you've been tuning in, and now I'm up to about day 94 I think, so I've got less than a week to go, and my aim was to lose weight and do other things, but now I've got to think what I do after that. Do you know, I'm not quite sure whether it's all going to go to pot and it's going to be completely worthless. I know it won't, because the reason I did it was to make a positive change whilst I'm going to have a drink, and I'm going to enjoy one, believe me, and I'm going to have a few. I'm going to make sure it's been done with a purpose, do you know, and I'm going to think about how I'm going to approach it going forward. I've missed it somewhat, do you know, the social aspect in particular, but I need to make the most of it and think, now I've got 6 days to go, what do I do after that? Times like this just give me that time to think, time to sort of mull that over, whereas if I'm at home, if I'm working, got no chance of thinking about that. And the point is, I might get to that 6 days and just drink for the next 100 days, and then everything will be worthless, and that's definitely not what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to make positive change, looking to encourage positive change. Don't want to scare anybody, won't talk about anything I'm not sure of. Well, I'll talk about what I'm not sure of, but I won't tell you to do it, so or I won't advise you to do it even. I'll never tell anyone to do anything. It's just a safe space to tune in, get some midweek motivation, get out there. There's still plenty of time to get out. If you're not part of the challenge, just get out for a run or a walk or cycle around the block. Do you know, you can still get involved in the challenge. Look up that closed Facebook group, refer to that list, get out, find your own object. It might be, I don't know, trees. There's too many trees, that's too much, but you know what I mean. It could be anything. It could be I don't know now, country parks, I don't know, anything, but you can still get involved. That's the point, do you know, just whatever takes you on a trail of physical activity, and that's the important thing. Reap all those benefits from it, guys. Make the most of midweek motivation, and then let's attack the rest of the week. Of course, I've got Thursday Thoughts tomorrow, your questions. I'm looking for those, as I always am at this time. Do you know, I'd love to answer some more questions. Anything you want, anything about any situation within reason. Some things you don't need to know, but you know what I mean. And don't forget that throwback question was in Caton Bay in Scarborough last week. Seems a million miles away right now with the grey skies above me, but it really inspired me to want to go back, first of all, but it's inspired me to keep doing the things I do, you know, to keep looking at different things and different places to go. So where in the world really inspires you? what's really got you in the past or you're looking forward to in the future. Love to hear those. Keep posting those in the comments. Again, I'm going off to find more bridges and get some miles under my belt and enjoy that coffee. So until tomorrow, guys, Thursday thoughts. Keep commenting, keep liking and sharing. Really could do with it. Really puts a spring in my step. Just doing it.